Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach, and today I am driving a 2005 Mini Cooper S. Up front is a 1.6 liter supercharged inline 4, and down below is a 6-speed automatic transmission. Now, I am super excited to be driving this Mini Cooper S for two reasons. First of all, I love these adorable little cars, and I'm always excited to drive another R53. But the second reason is the fact that this is automatic. It also has some tunes and modifications done to it, so I think this should be quite the interesting little rocket. But if you'd like to submit your own vehicle and have it reviewed here on the channel, you can head on over to my website, zackpradel.com/submit. It's a quick and easy submission form. It takes under a minute to fill out, and I come out to you. And if you'd like to see all my videos weeks or sometimes months in advance, you can head on over to my Patreon for only $5 a month.
The owner of this car belongs to E3 Storage in Atlanta, Georgia, a member-based DIY garage and storage facility. E3 members can work on their cars, use a lift, store their vehicle, or just hang out with other enthusiasts in a club atmosphere. E3 has locations all over the country, so please go check them out with the link in the description below.
But let's get back to that 1.6 liter supercharged inline 4 under the hood. Well, that's what made the Mini Cooper S special in this era. They later moved on to a turbocharger, but this is the supercharged one, and it has a smaller pulley, a tune, and exhaust done to it for not only a little bit more power, but a little bit more sound. I love this drivetrain so much. It is so fun. And as the owner described it, it sounds like the most adorable little Hellcat you'll ever hear. I love that. I love it, love it, love it. I love that noise. Now, like I said, Bear Do It is an automatic transmission, and it is no good. It's okay, it's fine in all reality. I'm being a little dramatic. As you heard with that pull, it's a little hesitant. The owner says, drive it shifting yourself with the paddles. If you let it do its own thing, it's not going to be very happy, and it's not going to reward you at all. And so, if you do opt for the automatic, which this was supposed to be a daily driver, and so that's why you got automatic. If you do opt for it, plus minus, it's going to be a lot happier. It's going to strain the transmission actually less. It's kind of self-destructive in that way. And these come in manual. I've driven these in manual, and that is 100% the preferred way to go. Last but not least, the Mini Cooper S is front-wheel drive, as it has been since its conception in the 1950s. So how does it feel to drive the R53 supercharged Mini? It's really nice. It's very fun, and it's actually a lot more spacious than you'll think, and we'll talk a lot about that with the interior, of course. But it's a nice place to be. This is a nice daily driver that can be sporty and can be fun when you want it to be. See? It's fun. But it's fine. Now, this is on Megan Racing coilovers as well, which are not very fine. They're a little rough around the edges, but that's okay. Visibility is okay. You do have relatively thick A-pillars, but the windshield is pretty big and the side windows are huge, so it's not too much of an issue. You have very little real estate to worry about. With that stuff out of the way, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have a little tachometer strapped to the steering column. Absolutely love this, and it will give you your miles per hour in little digits as well. On the steering wheel, on the left, we have our skip track and volume, as well as phone options, and off to the right, we have our cruise control options and those paddle shifters around the back, because you're going to want to shift your own gears. To the left, we do have a climate control vent, and down below that, we actually get a parcel shelf, which is really, really helpful, and I wish that more cars had this. Moving on to the door, we have the latch to get in and out, and that's pretty much it. A little bit of storage, but that's it. Moving into the center, this is where you'll find your major gauge cluster. So you get a giant speedometer, you get your coolant temperature and fuel and things like that. Mini has always done this. They've always had giant gauges in the center, kind of synonymous with Mini. And down below that, we do have an aftermarket radio, our climate controls, and some interesting buttons for the power window switches, DSC, lock and unlock, fog lights front and rear, and then the passenger window up and down. Now, up to the right, we do have an optional, but factory optional cup holder. So we will do a big freaking bottle test, and it passes. This is something that I've always found interesting. If you opted for the mini branded cup holder from the factory, it will pass the big freaking bottle test. One of the biggest shockers of the BFB ever. But moving back into the center, we do have a 12-volt outlet and two minuscule cup holders that don't pass the big friggin' bottle test, and the shifter. The shifter isn't anything special. It's an automatic shifter. It's fine. It does the job. I don't love it. But down below that, we do have our power mirror switches, handbrake, and center console. The seats are nice. They are decently comfortable. I don't have any special amenities with them. And they are manual, trying to keep that weight down, trying to keep a little bit of simplicity here in the cabin, and that's what I like to see. However, speaking of seats, thank God for me, this has a rear seat delete. So one of the previous owners actually took out the rear seats, made it look nice, and the current owner added that little metal piece up at the front so things don't slide and hit the back of your seat when you're hauling them like wheels for a track day. So very nice to see that, but we will hop out and do a proper trunk and cargo space review. All right, around the back of the Mini Cooper S, there we go, pull it up like that, and as you can see, that is that rear seat delete. So we still have the seat belts, but actually there's nothing under there. You can't fold that up or anything like that. You can pull this up. We do have some extra storage and whatnot down below that, but this is a ton of space for what you needed to do. When that back seat's removed, this is amazing. This is absolutely beyond any amount of space that you would actually need in a small car like this. Any bigger and it would probably be rented out by U-Haul to a bunch of college students when they move in and out of their dorm. So very, very nice to see all of that space. Absolutely lovely. The packaging of this car is just second to none. Now we gotta talk about the looks, and I've always loved the look of the Mini. They've always looked somewhat similar to each other and themselves, but I like this era. I grew up around these. Obviously, the reboot or the redone version of the Italian Job used these. I love them with the stripes. It's kind of nice to drive one without stripes, but overall, I think it has such an iconic look, and just maybe this falls under macaroni styling, because I do have that warm nostalgia when I look at these. I think of growing up and seeing these in movies, seeing these when they first came out, when BMW revived the Mini name. But also, there's a girl that went to my high school that drove a yellow one of these, and it was stick shift, and I thought that that was the coolest thing in the whole wide world, so maybe some of that is folded into the mix as well. With all of that being said, let's get on to my final thoughts. What do I think driving another R53 Mini Cooper? Why would I get behind the wheel of one of these? Well, in all reality, there's one selfish reason. I friggin' like these. They're fun to drive, they're chuckable, they're small where it counts, but big where it counts. They're just so enjoyable. And you know what? I have to say, the old Minis are that way as well. I reviewed two 1988 Minis when Minis were really Minis. And I re-reviewed it just because I got offered it, and they're fun to drive. They're so enjoyable. They're so chuckable. And even in this automatic format, is this the format that I would choose? No, this isn't what I would want personally. But it's also not bad. I'm also still having fun. I'm also still hearing the supercharged pulley. I'm also still getting all of those fun sensations that I would want out of a Mini Cooper. Now, the manual's better. I'm never going to fight that. But as a daily driver, you could take this on a back road. You could take this up a mountain for fun and really chuck it. But it's also going to be, you know, a normal car. You don't have to break your spine in order to have fun. I could take this to Publix down the road and get one of those chicken finger subs that they make. I'm down here in Georgia. Up in Chicago, we don't have Publix, so it's a big deal to me. And then on the way home from Publix with your chicken finger sub, you get to have that, like, obnoxious snorting fun. It really is kind of a do-all little car. And if you want to take it to the track day with that rear seat delete, chuck all your wheels and tires and tools back there. You can do it. You can fit it. Good things come in small packages, and this is the epitome of that. Yes, older Mini Coopers are awesome, but I don't think that the new ones jumped the shark. I think they still maintained that awesome little feeling that they were so iconic for, and that's my biggest thing. No pun intended. I love it. I absolutely love it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to Benson as well as E3 here in Atlanta, Georgia. If you want a space to work on your car, store your car, and have something available to you, E3 is absolutely awesome. Please go check them out with the information found in the description below. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.